Welcome back to Shit They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo.
Hello, what's up? It's Iceman.
My back is kind of hurting, so I'm gonna lay down and see how this goes.
I
feel like it puts me in a more chill vibe. You know, don't I seem very chill?
No, you seem high strung.
Don't I seem like so chill, like all the chill people are?
No, you seem like you're compensating. Because
everyone that watches this video will be like, "Damn, she is relaxed. What a relaxed person." Anyway, we occasionally take questions from you all out there. Anyone that wants to ask a question, you are free to ask a question. You can submit your question to podcast@nikki.limo. That's podcast@nikki.limo. And you can ask us literally anything.
You can ask about crypto.
Not guaranteed to have an answer, but you can ask us anything. People do tend to ask us relationship questions. Just a disclaimer, we are not experts at anything. So take it all as you will. Like, it's up to you. This is not professional advice. But yeah, ask away. So, are you ready, Steven?
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Limo.
Yes. No, that's not my name.
This first one is called, Is the Quarter Life Crisis Real? Oh, I like this title. I don't read these beforehand either, so just so you know if you're new.
Just so you know.
Just so you know.
If you want
just
to...
so you know, FYI.
Yeah.
What? If you want to.
Well, if they want to sneak in some things and make us say them, they can, because we don't read them beforehand.
Well, if I read it and I don't like it, I'll be like, Mark, cut that one out.
No, this is live.
It's live. It's a live broadcast right now. Hey, stop talking shit about me. I see that comment. All right. Hey, Nikki and Steve. Big fan of the podcast. Thank you. I've been listening since the pandemic started and really enjoy all the advice you give. It's really insightful, and I like how it's not the general advice that people always give. You know, the follow your heart cliche, which, not going to lie, I sometimes need to hear. But my dog also has been getting the best out of me listening to your podcast because we go on hour-long, sometimes even hour-and-a-half-long walks.
Yay.
Thanks to you guys. Oh, that's awesome. You guys are amazing, and I hope you know that. Anyway, if you could please give any advice to help me with my current situation, I'd greatly appreciate it. You got it.
Let's go.
Listener 101. So I've been feeling kind of stressed and depressed lately because of my life trajectory. For context, I'm a 26-year-old guy living in my parents' basement, just graduated from... People actually live in their parents' basements. That's not like a meme, huh?
I thought it was a meme.
I thought it was a meme too.
That was 100% meme. Thought it was something politicians used to slam the kids.
So stop hurting people's feelings.
Okay.
I'm a 26-year-old guy living in my parents' basement, just graduated from my second degree and working at an entry-level bank job that pays basically minimum wage. My first degree was in sociology, which ended up being kind of useless, so I thought I'd give teaching a shot and got my BED last spring. What's that?
Bachelor's
Education?
Erectile dysfunction.
BED. I wonder what that is.
No idea.
Huh. All right. Well, anyway. I think
maybe bachelor's education.
I don't know.
I don't fucking
That's
know.
always a BA is a bachelor's.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you know what that is.
Yeah, please.
I think I got scared of going into the real world after my first degree, so I panicked and stayed in school thinking that it'd be a better payoff in the long run, but now I'm realizing that I lost a lot of time because I wasn't even that passionate about teaching. But in Alberta, Canada, where I'm from, teachers make pretty good money, so it wasn't too hard to convince myself and my Asian parents that I'd be financially okay later in life. Anyway, now I'm feeling lost because I know I'm better than a minimum wage job. I have 2 degrees and I was the president of a pretty known global business club at my university, so I gained a lot of soft skills. But now that I'm applying for jobs, I'm realizing that I'm not as technically skilled as other people and that I don't even stand a chance. I've been applying for jobs and getting constantly rejected over and over again with the same answers that I'm not a good fit for the role, to the point where I sometimes tear up at night because I've never really been slapped in the face this hard and this much before. Ooh, yeah. Rejection's a bitch, dude. I'm in this sort of weird cycle because I have student loans to pay, so I don't have money. And because I don't have money, I'm working at the bank to make some money, which is taking up all my time. It's an entry-level job, so I'm not getting any real valuable experience, which I need to get another job that pays more so I can make more money to pay off my loans. Oh, and of course, move out because, again, my pride is sort of shot because I still live with my parents. Another thing that gets me is being in that weird mid-20s age where I'm not a young 20-year-old kid with potential anymore, but I'm not an experienced 30-year-old guy who people look up to either. I feel unwanted and like I'm slowly fading away. Oh my gosh. A lot of my friends have good paying jobs, are moving to different cities, buying houses, and starting families, well, I'm in this weird place in life where I'm not really proud of where I am or what I've accomplished because I haven't seen any fruits from my labors. I even sometimes question why my current girlfriend is with me. We've been dating for 6 months. She's a 25-year-old nurse who's been living by herself, debt-free for quite some time now, and is ready to move to the States to start her next chapter in life. So I guess my question to you guys is, how do I get out of this rut? Did you guys ever feel like this in your mid-20s in terms of being stressed out with finances, comparing yourself to others, and feeling like you're stuck and knowing that you could be doing more but you aren't? Any advice to someone who's currently feeling like this? It would help me out a lot if I could get your insight. Thanks in advance.
We got you.
P.S. I'm so proud of you guys. I've been watching you guys since I was a kid, but didn't really start connecting with your content until the pandemic started, and it's crazy to think that you've both made it so far. My girlfriend wants to move to the OC, but I convinced her that Vegas is the move because of you guys.
Love it. Hey, we love it.
I hope Vegas is treating you well, and again, that's thanks in advance. JL.
Okay. JL, I got you. Are you ready for this? I'm not kidding. Follow your heart. Damn, huh?
Brilliant.
Deep, huh?
Brilliant.
Deep shit.
So good.
No, look, you're in a rut. You're in a rut. You're in a rut. That's it. Like, and ruts are only broken when you do something extreme to break yourself out of the pattern.
Or just get yourself out of the comfort zone.
That's it. But you got to do something that's like, yeah, exactly, uncomfortable to get yourself out of it. Whatever that is. Like, even like what you're talking about with your girlfriend, you're envious that maybe she's going to move or whatever. Why not you? Like you got to start putting yourself in those positions because you're worthy too.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything that you're not capable of doing, bro. You have 2 fucking degrees. I don't have 2 fucking degrees. Like you have earned your right to pave your own path in life, my friend. You just have to actually look down. You know what you have to do? You have to look at the empty wall and see all of your certifications and go, you know what? I deserve nice things too. And I think that's what you're missing.
Yeah, there's a couple parts to this, I think, too. Because it's not just so easy as being like, I deserve this and now I can have it. He's also got all this student debt that he thought would be getting paid off because he thought you'd get like a better paying job right away. Having 2 degrees, you think that you'd just be qualified for it. And that's what, people always get mad at us when we're like, hey, college isn't for everyone. But that's what I'm talking about is like, sometimes you have to, like, before you pick your thing, like, figure out if that's really what you want to do. Number one,
going by the
what's the
wayside.
job market in that? You're not guaranteed a job anymore like you used to be.
Yeah.
So, like, my parents, they, like, really honed in on this, like, you have to go to college because otherwise you're not going to get any good jobs. And the world has changed drastically since the 80s. Okay. And that I feel like that the 80s was probably the last era of that being like the only way to the future, going to that traditional college route was the way. And I'm not blaming anyone that still has that mentality. For a lot of people, it is a source of security because if you get licensed in something, like if you have a degree in something, especially if it's a professional degree like accounting or law or, you did teaching, So if it's a professional degree, then yeah, usually you do have a better shot at getting hired. But the job market's crazy, and like this pandemic happened. So there's, being a teacher, the schools are shut down, then they're not shut down, then they are, but you got to do all these things. And I don't know. You can never be guaranteed anything. So that's number one. If you are like thinking like you're owed a job because you completed the degrees, and I'm not saying that you are saying that, but like there are some people that have that mentality when they graduate that like now they've earned a job, but you haven't because you don't have any of the job experience. So like there's a lot of people, like you said in your letter that or in your email, that like have the experience, which a lot of employers value more than the degree. And it's crazy because, yeah, you're not like told that. And so you're not wrong for thinking that you should be hired, but it's just not the reality of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with this student loan bill. But I want you to know to not beat yourself up over it. Like, I know it's hard because I'm saying all this to you and it's like, damn, Nikki, like, I'm in debt, student loan debt, and you're saying I'm not guaranteed a job and I feel like shit about it. And now you're saying like there's no like light at the end of the tunnel. That's not what I'm saying, because I want you to know that you're not in control of anything. Like you're not entitled to anything and you're not in control of anything. But that also is good in some ways, like what Steve said, because you're not in control of anything. you can choose a different outcome. Like you can go a different direction. You can kind of create a different life. Like, what are you really passionate about? That was one thing that that was lacking from your email, is that I don't know what you
want to do.
And maybe you don't know.
Yeah,
maybe you don't know.
I think he doesn't.
But if there's something that brings you joy, that you're like, I can't wait to do this thing. If only I didn't have to do all these other things, I would be doing this one thing every day. Like, kind of take a look at that. Like, take a look at that, maybe build on that, maybe start doing more of that in your free time. I know it sounds shitty because it's like, well, shouldn't I be like job hunting or doing something to work on this other problem during my free time? But sometimes it can really help, and it can kind of steer the direction of your life in a way that doesn't get you stuck in this rut forever. Because right now you are 26, and that's still young. But like, that's still like, you have so much life left to change. And there's so many people that don't find it until they're in their like 40s. So don't think that you're too old, you know? Don't think that, like, because I know you're comparing yourself to other people, but everyone's in their own lane, you know? My parents had kids at 22. Some would say they were ahead of other people in building the family, you know, depending on what your goals are. Yeah. But that wasn't one of my goals, was to have a family at 22. So, you know, everyone's goals are different. You are in your own lane. You'll find it when you find it. Give yourself a little breathing room. I know that it sucks, so your pride's a little hurt that you're living with your parents, but be thankful that you have a place to live while you kind of get your life in order. Like, that's cool that you have like your basic needs kind of covered while you're figuring all this shit out. It's always nice to have. And I would start looking, if you're going to be at an entry level job anyway, maybe start looking at an entry level job that also gives you some skills in the field that you want. You know, maybe there's like a teacher assistant position, or like something, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be a teacher, like if that's the field you want to go into, maybe something that is actually in the education. Whoa.
Dude, Tommy is obsessed with me.
He's
trying to clown my head. All right. No, my point real quick, my friend, it's very simple. What are you obsessed with? What's something that you really love to do? And maybe it's something that doesn't seem like it could be a job for you. But I want you to know that it can be, because we live in a unique world. You're actually very lucky to live in this time.
In this time, you could do anything.
We live in a niche market, right? Where, like, literally on YouTube, people who paint little fucking toy figurines can make a living. So you just don't know, like, what you're capable of if you have an interest and if you care about it.
There's an audience for that.
Yeah. So you just have to decide what, you know, really just ask yourself, honestly, fuck all the work, fuck all the college, all the things that you're thinking about.
Fuck all the money, like fuck fuck everything.
Don't think about that right now.
Don't think about any of that.
I'm asking you to think about one thing. What can't you wait to talk about or do? Whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you need to start building towards. I'm not telling you to drop everything and do that. I'm telling you, there's your goal, right? That's what you need to start building towards. Some avenue that exists where you can do that, talk about it, whatever it is.
Or do it, like, or if, you know.
Or cover it.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck. There's so many avenues now to do.
Even if it's teaching, what do you want to teach? What subject is it that you can't wait to, like, teach people about?
But he says he doesn't like teaching.
What did he say that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
But my point is, like, maybe it was the subject. Maybe there's something that he really can't wait.
That's what I was saying. It was that, like, you can teach it on YouTube, or you can teach it in a different platform or arena, something that wasn't possible back when, like, the traditional college route was being like carved established.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so just ask yourself that, my man, and if you can do that, and you can answer that, then you're more ahead than most people. If you can't yet, it's time to start looking around and trying to, like, activate your interest, trying to, you know, look around and gather information about yourself, because you're missing something about yourself, I think.
I also think that exploring more of what you're passionate about will build more confidence too.
100%.
It sounds like, you know, you've been rejected a lot. Your confidence is low, and, you know, you're even questioning why your girlfriend likes you.
Bro, you should not question that.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a confidence issue.
But exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Normally you don't even question that. But because you got yourself into this rut, you're looking at yourself in a way where you see all the things about you that she should see that are wrong. instead of seeing all the things that she sees in you that is why she likes you more than anybody. So
yeah, you could either look at it.
Credit.
You could also either look at it like you don't got a lot going on, or you could look at it like you don't got a lot to lose. So you could take a risk right now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like you're not risking a lot. So you could actually go try things, like go out of your comfort zone, and without the fear of losing something that you've established, because it's like you said, you don't like any of this stuff. So you're not risking.
Look, you sound like a great dude. We're rooting for you.
I know. I'm rooting hard for you. Let us know how this goes,
because we really want to hear from you, definitely. And yeah, good luck to you, bud.
But also know that this comparing yourself to others and feeling stuck, it's not like something that's just in your 20s. It is waves and cycles. Like I definitely go through that in waves. It's not like, you get everything figured out and then you're set. It's like you still go through those waves. Yeah, so this is good practice.
Yeah, it's very good practice.
Yeah, you're building thick skin. But I think that if you are able to get 2 degrees, I firmly believe that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely. Come on, dude.
So follow your heart.
Nice. There it is.
Yeah. Oh, I really, please do keep us posted, JL.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Next question. This one's titled From One Pet Owner to Another. Okay. A pet question? I don't know if we've gotten a pet question before.
This might be from the state of Nevada saying you have too many cats.
There's something to download. Oh, it's a picture. Look at her.
Oh, that's cute.
Little puppy.
Look at the doggo.
Aw. Okay. I hope it's not a sad story. Okay. Hi, Nikki and Steve. I love you guys, by the way. I've been binging your podcast and I've always wanted to submit a question, but not sure what to ask. Then I thought about my 14-year-old dog. I adopted Lola, a black dachshund mix. Is it Dachshund? Dachshund, yeah. Okay, I always get confused when I see that.
I only know because I had one.
Okay, a black Dachshund mix. 4 years ago, I chose her because she was an older dog at the shelter, and for my first pet, I wanted one that is already a little bit trained. I think she was surrendered because her previous owner couldn't take care of her anymore, but I'm not sure about the details. She taught me a lot about love and how I was worthy of being loved even on my bad days. Oh my gosh, this is my dude beautiful. That teaches me that.
That's a beautiful thing to learn, honestly.
I've come to love her so much, and I'm scared to say goodbye. My cousin's 16-year-old dog passed away last year, and she would still sometimes cry at night. How do you cope with an aging pet? P.S. Feel free to give a nickname. I know my name isn't the easiest to pronounce for non-natives. I also attached a picture of Lola because I'm a proud dog mom. Thanks for reading and wish you guys the best. Aw, what's her name?
Can't believe it wasn't a dick pic.
Okay, can't believe it wasn't a dick pic.
Yeah. We thought it would be.
I don't know if I can give you any advice on this. Whenever Franklin, he's my freaking soul kitty. Today I was crying just because of random shit. Just because that's what I do.
It's 100% true.
And he always comes up like he knows, and he just purrs so loudly into my ear and just really lets me know that I'm loved and that he's not going anywhere and he's fucking here. And I've never had a pet like that. I mean, I've had a lot of cats, and I've had cats that I really, really love, but I've never had a cat like this. And he's 14. He's turning 15 this year. And cats can live up to 20, 25 for indoor cats. They can live very long. But the average lifespan is 17. And so I know that my years are numbered. And I get sad every fucking day about it. So
well, look,
I don't know.
You know what it's all about? It really is about one thing, right?
Yeah.
The way that Lola taught her to love.
Yeah.
Is something nobody can ever take away from her ever. And that's all it is. It's just we all get limited amounts of time with the people and the animals and all the things that we love. And I'll be very honest right now. I just had a family member. My mother got diagnosed with cancer, and it's one of those times in my life where I'm really looking at things and going like holy shit, this is what do I think about when I think about my mother? And oh my God, I wouldn't even be the same guy.
Yeah.
So it's that's all we've got is we've got what they gave us.
Yeah.
And we're so thankful. But also I think my mom's going to be okay. She's the toughest chick I ever known. not worried about her at all. But, you know, that's the whole thing. It's just one of those things where you do always think about that, the finite reality that we all live in.
Yeah. The immortalness, the temporariness of everything. Cherishing the moments you have with them for sure. And then also, you know, I talked about this in a different episode because I was really struggling with this last year, and I had to talk to my therapist about it because I just it's like when things are going bad, you're thinking about all the issues and problems and stuff, and you're trying to fix them. But then when things are going good, for me at least, I'm like, how long do I get to keep this?
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
how long do I get this? Because it feels so good, and I was just in something so bad, and like I was talking about how I'm so fortunate and grateful to have a husband I really love, and he loves me back, and like all my family is healthy and happy, and my cats are all like alive and super sweet, and you know the place we live is great, and I'm just like, if any one of those ended, I would be devastated. And how do I handle that, knowing that it's kind of inevitable that eventually one of those things will end, some of them sooner than others. And I just couldn't handle it. Like, I really just started freaking out. And also, and also I was listening to a lot of 90s music at the time, and it was giving me all this nostalgic feelings, but also making me super sad, realizing that the 90s was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And like how fast that goes. You know how fast 30 years went in a blink of an eye?
It did.
And I'm like, so, you know, 10 years is going to go faster than that. And I'm just like, how long do I have with this, you know? And I was just getting eaten alive by it. And my therapist was asking me to talk about these things, like each thing, like the memories I've had with my mom, my husband, my cat. And while I was talking about each one, just like you were talking about how your dog taught you to love, and what Steve was saying, like that she gave you something that no one could take away from you. What these moments give us, and our experiences with these people, and like the time that we've had together, it does a piece of them. They're essentially giving us a piece of them, a piece of their soul, a piece of their energy, and we take that on, and it then lives in us. And so they're never fully gone. You know, their physical body may pass away. We may not get to experience future moments with them, but the essence of who they were and their energy and everything they taught us lives on through us. And it was just so beautiful that, you know, she was talking about a rose bush and how the roses are so pretty, and then every season they die, but the rose bush lives, and the rose bush continues to grow more roses. And that's how life is. You know, the spirit doesn't die. And it's going to be a fucking bummer no matter what. I don't even know what to say because I think about this all the time. But at least they did give you something, like Steve said, that no one could ever take away from you. And it'll live on through you. Like their spirit and energy and all of that lives on through you.
Yeah, and honestly, what if you didn't have Lola? Like, aren't you lucky? You know, and that's, you know, I just got through telling my mom that. Like, I talked to her about like 2 hours before we did the show, and like, you know, the whole thing that really resonates with me is, it's just that I mean, my mom and me have a special relationship. Like, she really is like the moral center, I think, of my life.
Yeah.
Taught me about being a man really, really well. And yeah, I just think that nobody could ever take that away from me.
She shaped who you are.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, both my mom and dad did.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm like in mom mode right now, so I'm thinking about my mom the most. But, you know, yeah, I really feel I'm very thankful to her as well, because thanks to her and her emotional availability with me, even at a young age, which she would call crying, I was able to listen to her and what she meant. So even while she's like crying or like going through something, you know, she's embarrassed but she was still communicating with me what was going on.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you know, I can process information during heightened emotional moments better than I ever could have done it if she wasn't that honest with me.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she gave me so many gifts like that. So, yeah, I mean, look, I hear you. Everything's relative. So everything that you're dealing with your dog, I honestly feel the same way about my mother and the same way about Franklin. None of this is like, well, that's a cat and that's a dog and that's somebody's mom. Like, this is all like,
yeah,
this is all relative, man. This is all like they all shape us.
And the love, it's the love, really, like the love that they give you, and it's reciprocated back to them. And it feels like, you know, if they go, then that piece of love, that love is gone too.
Yeah, but that'll never, ever be gone from me.
Yeah.
Ever.
But man, I don't fucking know, man. I could say all the beautiful words that I can and everything my therapist said, but I still don't know how I'm going to handle that.
Yeah.
Other than, you know, I had a cat that was like my freaking spirit cat when I was a kid. And like I got her when I was 9, and she was definitely mine. Like, you know, she followed me everywhere. She slept with me every night, just like Franklin. Franklin's a little bit more advanced than her, but I just couldn't picture life without her. And when I moved to LA, I couldn't bring her with me because I thought she was too old. She was 14 at the time, actually. And I still took Franklin with me to a different state. So I don't know how true that was. But my mom had told me that older cats don't like to move. And it's pretty, you know, it's relatively true. So I didn't bring her with me to LA. And I missed her so freaking much. I was like devastated without her. And I got Franklin the first month I moved to LA. And he wouldn't let me touch him, which even made me like even miss my cat more. Like I was just so sad that I couldn't just be with Pumpkin. And Franklin was a little shit. and I would go home and visit, and I would just cuddle her, and I was just like so freaking sad. And then Franklin became my spirit cat, like another soul animal. Like he's just like an emotional support animal. We went through a lot together. He fell out of a window. Like we went through a lot together, and like it created trust and a new relationship. And he became my baby. And it was, I don't know why, but thankfully, like it was a slow detachment from Pumpkin. And so when she finally passed 3 years later.
Finally.
Well, you know, like, no, I'm not like that. But like when she eventually passed, I wasn't as heartbroken as I thought I was going to be. Because I wrote tons of journal entries on this. Like, I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. Just like I do now with Franklin. And the only thing I could think of is like, well, maybe
if we have a kid,
we'll have a kid. Yeah.
That's the only saving grace.
That a baby will take over the love that I feel for Franklin.
And then you know what you'll say when Franklin goes? You'll say, finally.
No, don't say it. Don't. I'm having a moment. That's mean.
I'm kidding.
It's fucking disrespectful to Pumpkin. Pumpkin is in a box in my parents' house.
I know. I've seen her many times.
Yeah. I wanted to turn her into a diamond because, you know, you could do that.
Well, that's cute, yeah.
But I don't know how, and it's kind of old now, so I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because now she's like 30 something. You know.
Those asses are aged.
I don't know math right now. But anyway, we're gonna go on a break, and when we come back, we're gonna answer more of your questions. So stay tuned.
Burbs. Hey, buy whatever we tell you to buy, please. Thanks.
Buy whatever we tell you to buy. Download what we tell you to download.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Steve, be honest. How much have you been playing Best Fiends lately?
Okay, so we just traveled to LA.
Yeah. And by car.
Yeah, and we were
by automobile.
We were both filming, and during
No, we weren't filming while we were driving, but
we weren't filming while driving.
But I'm just saying it sounded like we were both filming while we were driving. No, we weren't doing that. I was driving,
and I was playing Best Fiends.
Yes.
So, one of the coolest things about Best Fiends is that you can level up your characters, and your characters, when they are leveled up, can help you destroy slugs even better.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent time with this little yellow dude that I just unlocked, and I was murdering slugs.
I know, and you're way far ahead of me now. I'm kind of annoyed because I had to drive.
Yep.
So I couldn't catch up.
And there's always new characters. There's always new levels.
Yeah.
You're always finding new stuff. And you're powering up your buds so that they can help you take down more slugs.
I love the graphics. I like how they are always constantly changing the worlds. There's different challenges. There's different things going on. It never is just like the same old again and again and again. You're actually like going through different
I feel like I've progressed.
worlds.
And at the end of every level, it lets me open a mystery box. And then that's how I got my little yellow bud.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also already have a green buddy and I already have a red buddy. So then I walk up to my yellow buddy and then we all started killing more slugs together.
That sounds like a party I didn't get invited to.
And because sometimes my guys are so leveled up that I'm like, okay, he's so powerful. It's crazy. I'm like, what am I going to do next? And then I unlock a new buddy and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to level this guy up now.
So Steve's having a lot of fun while I'm driving, and you
It's
can
the
too.
best.
It's free to download. You don't need Wi-Fi. So if you're in an aeroplane and you don't want to pay for whatever the bingo, whatever the thing is. What's it called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. You don't want to pay for that.
Go.
Go. Yeah.
In flight. Bingo.
Anyway, you don't pay for that, but play this game instead. It's
Hell yeah.
freaking Wi-Fi.
Best Fiends way
You
better.
don't need it. Who needs it? It's a mobile puzzle game that anyone could download and play, whether you have a few minutes or a few hours. It's the perfect puzzle game to lose yourself in because you're having so much fun. Download Best Fiends for free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Millions and millions and millions of people cannot be wrong. This game is fun. So this podcast happens to be sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Listen, all kinds of things take work. Relationships, family. A lot of us, we're all going to,
We're like giving to these different areas, give different people, different.
But how much of it do we take for ourselves?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, did we bake a whole sheet of cookies and everyone ate a cookie? We didn't even eat no cookies?
Basically, that's an analogy for things that we do in life. And
I was just feeling guilty. Oh my God. Okay, that makes sense.
because you ate the cookies or you baked the cookies?
I hate them.
Oh shit!
I ate 'em
Yeah,
all.
I didn't even get a cookie. It's like when you ate all my egg rolls, and you were
remember
like,
that.
I thought it came with the dinner. I was like, no, I ordered them. Oh, I can't say. Oh no, I ordered them. No, I can't say.
What a good ad.
Anyway,
I did eat all her egg rolls
the
one
point
time.
is, buy yourself egg rolls and don't share them. Sometimes
And by the way, that is sexual innuendo.
it's not. And he literally ate my egg rolls,
Oh, wait, I
but
thought it was. Wait, when was this?
at the condo. Anyway, try some therapy for your problems. It doesn't have to be expensive. BetterHelp makes it super accessible, super affordable. I like to invest my time and energy into therapy because then it gives me more time and energy in return to eat egg rolls on my own.
Okay, is that in your innuendo?
No.
All right. So one of the biggest things that we like to do on the show, I mean, one of our favorite things to do is taking a lot of your questions. And when we take your questions, we often say, like, yo, we want you to get professional help because we are not professionals.
Yeah. Because some of the issues is like, it's deep, it's personal. There's a lot of background that probably led you to feeling this way that maybe you're not even aware of and we can't help you with. But we do think that seeking professional help is the way to go. And a lot of times people are like, well, I don't know how to find a good therapist. I don't know if I can afford a good therapist. With BetterHelp, it's one monthly payment and it's cheaper than a lot of therapists' hourly rate. So it's very affordable, very accessible. And if you don't click with the therapist that you're paired with, like they have therapists that specialize in all kinds of different things and they're all licensed. But like, whether it's depression, anxiety, sleep issues, family, relationship, whatever it is, they have a specialist in that department that also is licensed and they can help you out. And if you don't click with that person, if they just don't get you, you can easily find another one. They make the process super simple to just be like, oh, can I try someone else instead? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a crisis line. It's not like self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. Everything's confidential. You tell them whatever you want, and it's between you and them.
And you can message them anytime, which is really cool. I like that function the most because when I'm going through something, I just want to be able to talk to someone right now. And traditionally, you would have to wait to your appointment.
Right.
They also do weekly video or phone appointments, but you don't have to wait is the point.
Yeah.
BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
Yeah, look, it's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can actually be matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy.
So this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and shit they don't tell you, listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Steve.
That's BetterHelp.com/Steve, STEVE.
So when you need help, just remember Steve.
We are back, and I didn't see this one before we started the episode. So usually I try to take Patreon questions first because that's part of being our Patreon. You will get your question answered on the show for show. And if you want to check out our Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/sticky, STIKKI. We do live streams every month. We do where we play games and stuff. We do extra episodes of Shit They Don't Tell You called Shit They Don't Tell You After Dark. We do, Steve has a crypto live stream that he does every week. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, Discord and everything. And we answer your questions on the show for sure. So this one's actually a Patreon question update.
Yay.
So she had previously asked a question and we answered it. This email starts off with a ton of compliments, which I will skip because it's a lot. It's paragraphs.
It's egregious.
She says she's running out of compliments and then proceeds to write 3 paragraphs of compliments. So
you don't have to beg. You don't have to beg. You're on the Patreon.
She loves us and she's gonna and please buy kittens and coffee and it's so pretty and thought through. She's allergic to metal, but she hopes we come out with a sterling silver
That's
version.
Hilarious.
Maybe eventually we will.
She's like, I love it so much. I'm allergic to it, the product, but I still wear it every day, and I'm getting
she
hives.
wants to get it, but she can't. Okay. But she would in a heartbeat if she could.
That's cute.
Anyway, so here's the update. After I wrote you guys the email, what my boyfriend said his family, friends, and our roommates said about me bothered me so much that I confronted him about it. He clarified that they weren't even talking about me. They were talking about something else, but I grouped it in with what his best friend said and thought they were talking about me too, when they weren't. My roommate confirmed that wasn't what she said at all too. I honestly should have talked to him about how I felt before writing the email in hindsight instead of internalizing these negative thoughts that weren't even true. His best friend still did say we should break up, but my boyfriend said he doesn't agree with him at all. Do you remember this?
Yes. So she was concerned because her boyfriend was talking shit.
Yeah, because the best friend said they should break up.
Yes.
And he was like, the boyfriend's like, honestly, all these people are saying that we should break up. Or that's what the email.
And we said you don't have her back. What the fuck? That's fuck.
Yeah. And so she's saying now the other people actually didn't say that, but the best friend still did say that.
Okay.
But the boyfriend says he doesn't agree with him at all. I told him that his best friend saying that made me feel like I wasn't good enough for him and maybe we should take a break. He told me he doesn't think that at all, thinks I'm an amazing person, and he sees how hard I am trying to do better, and that's the reason why he doesn't want to give up on the relationship. He sees how hard I'm trying in the relationship and in my own life, and he doesn't want us to take a break and move away from each other because he does care a lot about me and he'd miss me. He told me he thinks I focus too much on him and the relationship and wants me to just focus on myself right now. He said that I need to start building a life outside of the relationship because I'm focusing way too much on us, and he's honestly right. Growing up with narcissists has caused me to hyper-focus on my loved ones' needs instead of my own out of fear of losing them if I don't. I have a lot of social anxiety from what happened with my ex-best friend, but my boyfriend encouraged me to push through the social anxiety and try to build a relationship with our female roommate by spending more time with her, so I did. I've started getting back into tarot reading again, which has helped me a lot with getting back in touch with myself. I mentioned one of our big problems is me not paying my bills on time, so my therapist has helped me with setting up systems so that I know which bills are due and when, and my boyfriend has even told me I've gotten way better with bills and he's proud of me. Even though I do still at times focus too much on him, I've gotten better at catching myself and redirecting my thoughts back to myself and what I need to do for me. Thank you guys again for the advice. You are 100% right that I need to focus on myself right now, and I'm slowly getting better at doing that with time and practice. I know it's going to be harder staying in the relationship, and I know you guys hit the breakup button pretty hard, and I think I should focus on rebuilding myself. Yeah, but I feel like my boyfriend straight up telling me I need a life outside of him and encouraged me to focus on more on myself is a good thing, right? What do you guys think? I'm so sorry again for the long email.
It sounds like you have a more supportive boyfriend than you portrayed.
Yes.
It sounds like he has your best interests in his mind.
Yes.
The concerning thing that I have is maybe just a language thing where I keep on hearing like, I don't know, it sounds like everyone kind of agree, like her boyfriend, all these people are like, hey, we all agree that you need to get better.
Uh-huh.
Which is weird. it's just a weird thing to hear because I don't have enough context. Maybe like like I'm not saying to break up, blah blah blah. I'm not saying any of that shit. I just hope that it's not like, hey, like you need to get better and like all this shit. It sounds like he's being more supportive than last time, but maybe I'm more biased because of what we heard last time.
Yeah, I mean,
I keep hearing language like, you know, my boyfriend knows I need to get better, and like I know I need to get better, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know what the better part means.
Yeah, what does
like,
that mean?
What part needs to get better?
Exactly.
I don't really understand that part, but it sounds like, and this is just me piecing together the email.
Yeah,
it sounds like in context of her needing to get more balance.
Yeah, be codependent.
Be less codependent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And she even admitted, like through some self-reflection, that she grew up with narcissists, and so she was trained that the only way to be loved is by, you know, making them the center of your world. And so now she's making him the center of her world, and he's like, yo, chill, you need to build the life outside of me, because then any little thing going on in the relationship, she's freaking out. She may be freaking out over, and it sounds like she's like over exaggerating some things, maybe because she's so hyper focused on the relationship.
Yeah.
And so like so people pleasing, and sometimes that's just suffocating for people.
For sure.
And so yeah, I'm really happy for you. I'm so proud of you
we were very proud of you
focusing on yourself, and like it sounds like you're making a lot of progress. And also with the bills thing, I know that you're struggling, and that also can make you, I think that you have a confidence issue, to be honest. Like I think the root of everything is this confidence issue. And that does stem from not having your own interests that you're building outside of a relationship,
yes.
You know, like your own thing that you could, you know, put your flag in and be like, I know how to do this. I am skilled at this. Doesn't
matter what anybody does to me. I have this. Nobody can take this away from me.
Nobody could take it away.
Yeah.
And so I think you are building that, and I'm really happy for you. I would love to continue getting updates on how things are progressing. Yeah,
for sure.
Because the more balanced you are in all these areas of life, and we did an episode on balancing all the areas, it does make you less tense about needing things to be a certain way in a certain area that you're putting all your focus on, because you're kind of just like, hey, we're watering all of the buckets and life is flowing, rather than like, why isn't the seed growing? Why it should be a flower by now. I watered it, like I'm watering it again, and maybe you're watering it too much. Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And the flower is not growing because it's overwatered.
Right.
And so when you spread it out a little bit, you let the garden grow. It's nice. Yeah. And so I like that you're hanging out with your roommate more and getting more girlfriend action.
You're just building independence, which is good.
You are. You're building a more balanced life.
And it sounds like your guy wants that for you, which is really good. I'm glad to hear that.
And you have a therapist, which is great.
Yeah.
I think you're just 100% headed in the right direction.
Yeah, good for you.
We won't press the breakup button this time.
You know what? We're going to unpress the breakup button. Mark, please play it in reverse. Thank you. Baby. He is dead. He is dead.
Yeah, thank you. Nobody will understand what you're saying.
I know. I got your back.
Thank you.
I'm the only one.
Paul's dead. Anyway, next question.
Paul's daddy died in 1966.
We don't know if he died or not. He was replaced.
Thank you.
But he's dead.
So good.
This question is question for the podcast.
That was, you know what? How selfish that was? It was literally just for you and me. That's it.
I know.
All right. Go ahead.
But he's dead.
I know.
I can debate this with any motherfucker that wants to come at me.
Who wants to say Paul McCartney's not dead?
Let's fucking
Paul
McCartney's alive.
Let's throw gloves. Let's go.
I will debate Paul McCartney right now about
100%.
it. Right now.
100%. You mean Billy Shears?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Steve.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Okay. Hi, Nikki and Steve. I'd like to be kept anonymous if that's cool. Sure. Anonymous Patty. Give me whatever name. I don't care. All right, Anonymous Patty. Anyways,
Patty with the big old fucking pussy lips.
Wait, let me just make sure her name's not Patty. Okay. Anonymous big pussy lip Patty.
No, she's got the big pussy lips.
Anyways, hi. I've been a big fan of your podcast here and Big Mood. Whoop whoop. Our chief competitor.
Please edit that out, Mark.
And have watched you on YouTube since you and Steve got engaged. Oh my God.
Whoa.
That was like an eternity ago.
For real.
We're like 1,000 years old.
That restaurant, by the way, no longer exists.
Does it?
Roy's in Hawaii, yeah.
What?
It's gone.
Waikiki Roy's?
Yeah, gone.
Oh, shit.
Where I proposed to you, gone.
Sad.
Leveled.
They turned it into a graveyard.
They did.
Anyway. My quick round of compliments. Nikki, I can't thank you enough for how relatable you are and how I've always felt like your audience is just your friends. It's always brought and continues to bring me a sense of community and belonging. So thank you for that. Oh my God, I love that.
And Steve, cool hats, dude. Anyways, here's my problem.
Yo, don't try to take her compliments away. Like, she's got your back right now. Your comedic banter with Steve and the dynamic you both share is always what I strive for in a relationship. For real, the way Steve treats you and the emotional intelligence you both have is admirable. And I can't thank you guys enough for being a great model of unconditional love.
Oh, thank you.
Are you fucking happy? She didn't say shit about your hat.
Why didn't she say shit about
Because it's a bad hat.
Oh,
it's not a good hat.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So here's my situation. I've been dating my boyfriend for just over 2 years, and we are in the same field of work. For the sake of anonymity, I can never say this word.
Yeah.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
See an enemy.
Yeah. Very good.
Let's say we work in quote unquote sales. We were actually co-workers, but somewhat recently have worked in separate branches for some healthy separation. He's always been super into quote unquote sales and thought about getting his master's degree, but never quite followed through. I did, and I'm set to graduate this year. This will come in later. We've always had a great relationship, and I've always had friends tell me they admire the way we communicate and problem solve together when things come up. Recently, things have been different. He's really passive aggressive with me over little things, and when I bring them up, he sort of listens, but a few days later, he'll keep making jokes or just throw it back in my face. I'll make a silly joke, and he'll tell me that if he can't be passive aggressive, I shouldn't either. I'm all for hearing him out if a joke isn't funny, but sometimes I feel like he takes the feedback I give him and throws it back for the sake of getting back at me. Ooh, can't relate at all.
I don't get it.
He started to believe that it might be related to work. He has some toxic family dynamics and is put down a lot. So I sense that he values being perceived as quote unquote smarter or quote unquote expert on certain things. And he definitely was an expert on quote unquote sales before I started school.
Quote unquote sales is so fucking good. Oh, it's so good.
Since I'm graduating soon and earning a higher title at the same job, I feel like he resents me. I sensed pushback when we would get into silly arguments about quote unquote sales stuff, but I thought we hashed that out a while ago. Maybe it never really went away. I don't want to break up, but I don't know how to talk about this without making assumptions or setting him up to be defensive. What do you guys think I should do?
Listen, guys are fucking lame.
His
number
pride
one.
is definitely
Guys are
hurt.
fucking lame.
Yeah.
Okay, number one. Number two, guys are fucking lame.
Number two.
Look, here's the thing.
Lame.
Okay, I first moved to LA, right? So me and a girlfriend of mine, we were moving to LA together. We moved to LA together. We had done short form improv in San Diego. We came up together in the short form scene, whatever that means. And then, we got to LA with the hopes of doing like long form Herald improv. Doesn't mean shit to you, but it was the idea that we're advancing our improv career. We're going to graduate, right?
Doing
we're going to improv university.
Elite, yeah.
Exactly.
Improv.
Well, shortly after us coming to LA, she gets into LA comedy sports. And I remember...
And that's a short form improv.
Short form improv. So I remember just shitting all over her because of it. Because I was jealous. Mm-hmm. Because she made the troupe. And I didn't even try out for it, but I was just like, my refrain was, well, we moved here to do the long form shit. Why are you reverting? But really, it was just about how we had gotten here. And she was already like back. Now
she's a regular.
Yeah, being a regular. And then like,
performing.
And I couldn't I just couldn't just say good job.
Yeah.
And that's what's so lame about it. It's like, I've matured enough, obviously, past then. I was like 20 fucking years old.
Yeah.
But at the time, I really convinced myself that we moved here with a plan and we're going to fucking do the long form improv.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And
you justified it.
Yeah, to justify it. But in earnest, knowing now, looking back,
yeah,
I was just being a jealous motherfucker. And so, it's a pride hit when even though I didn't even try out for the same thing that she tried out for, it was just a pride hit because I was like, well, she gets to do more than I get to do. Because I missed it.
Well, as a performer, when you're not performing,
that's it.
You're not getting to perform, and you're seeing
and they're leaving
someone else perform that you don't think is better than you at performing. Yeah, I mean, it's a similar thing to sales. And like this, she got a degree and I was getting a better title.
Yep.
And he's like, you're not better than me, you know? And it's this
Which
is
is
way.
not what she's trying to say.
No, not at all. It's not her fault
Which is
at all.
bullshit.
But it's like a little, he's hurt ego-wise.
Yeah.
And he's like retaliating through jokes because he's trying to cover up how actually hurt he is. And it's not her fault. So he knows that he can't like fight with her on it. So he's just like jokes, you know? But it's like kind of.
And you know, if you were to disarm him, and I really do mean this, maybe this is not going to work out the way I think it will, but I really do believe because I think if somebody confronted me in that moment and pointed out how silly it was that I'm trying to compete with somebody that I'm not even competing with. I think if you were like, hey, you know, we're not in competition, right? Like me getting this job doesn't take anything away from you. Maybe he will see how silly he's being. Like maybe he actually will. Maybe he won't. Like maybe he's not ready. Maybe he's not old enough. But you know, time will tell. And maybe you obviously know him better than I do. But just saying, like, he really is. That's all it is. It's just pride. It's ego.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give you a story that, like, in a time and in a moment where I could literally relate to this because I was being the shitty person.
Yeah, I mean, we shared this in another episode too, and my moment was because I felt like my ex felt competition with me and like resented me whenever I got like a big job. Like didn't even feel like he was proud of me. It felt like he like felt jealous, you know. And so when me and Steve got together, we're the same field. So I was like, I'm never gonna be in competition like how my ex was with me. But then, you know, Steve got this stand-up gig at like the best like stand-up festival ever that like all stand-ups like want to go to, the Just for Laughs festival. And I had been doing stand-up for 7 years and he didn't really do stand-up. And so I was fucking jealous, but I didn't want to be the competitive, and I didn't think anything would make me feel competitive. Yeah. But that really did throw me over the edge. And I was like, I couldn't hide the hurt, and like I was trying not to like lash out at him, but I was really upset about it. And it's not his fault at all, but I was just like, I didn't know how to handle it. And I think we did talk about it because I was emotional, and you were like, I got you in, you know, and like you did.
That's the difference, right? That's how I matured. That's how I matured, right? Because I just wanted to help you, and like, so that's how I proved to myself that I
felt like such an asshole after that.
I know.
But that was my moment of feeling that way, which I never thought I would.
Just to backfill it though, you like confronted me and you were like super adversarial for a little bit. Like, like just about how I got in, you did, and all this stuff. But then like I was trying to surprise you that I got you in too.
I know.
And then you felt like a dick for that. That's all.
I did feel like a dick. Yeah. I was also trying to voice that it wasn't your fault and that I was just, you know.
I know.
But I felt bad. But even before you told me that you got me in.
Okay.
But like I was trying to be self-aware at the time, but I didn't want to acknowledge that I was jealous at the same time. And I don't know if you hadn't gotten me in, let's say, and if you had told me like, hey, we're not in competition, I don't know if I would get defensive at that. I might have, you know, just in the heat of the moment. So maybe wait for like a calm time, I guess, like a time where you're not even talking about it, and be like, you know.
I think as long as you can really point to the fact that you're on the same team, I think you'll be much better off because I was same teaming you.
I didn't want to believe that I was the type of person that would feel competitive or like jealous about stuff like that, but
that's gonna happen.
So when it happened, it took me by surprise, and I didn't know how to handle it. And so I think if at the time, if you would have said, hey, you know, we're not in competition, I'd be like, duh, I know, like, you know, like because that's not part of my identity, you know. I told myself so many times I wasn't that person. Yeah. But even though I was directly contradicting that.
But maybe it is good to just set that base layer, just at least communication wise, like, hey, you know, just so you know, we're not in competition, and I really wanted to establish that with you too, because we had a thing for a while too, where like you thought for some reason that I never thought that you were a comedian or whatever the fuck. And that was never something I thought, but you definitely like were communicating to me that you thought that I thought that a couple of times, and then like in the early days.
Yes. And then in a heated moment in Germany, you said I wasn't funny.
Well, yeah, I was trying to hurt you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it stuck.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
it took
sure.
a while to like believe that you did believe in me.
Yeah.
After that.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
No, words hurt and words do actual damage.
That's why never do it in the heat of a moment.
No.
Because people say things they don't mean.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like.
And if you're just trying to
if
you're just trying to wave your hands around and say, listen to me, and you say hurtful things, that has consequences.
Oh, I didn't mean to get emotional about that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
I didn't even realize like I had any emotions about that.
Well,
I just got transported
it makes sense.
to Germany.
Look, that was
like in the bathroom.
I remember that. I'll never forget that. You and me said some shit to each other that was wild.
Yeah, I told you guys, like our first year,
it was wild.
We were fucking nuts. Like this was not the Nikki and Steve you see now
at
all.
No.
And people don't believe. They're like, when we talk about it, we're like, yeah, we used to fight. Like they don't know.
They don't know.
Like it was.
No, we went to war a couple times.
We battled.
The fact that we got through it and we're here is crazy.
And that we learned mechanism, like healthy
yeah.
communication skills from it.
Thank God.
Is crazy because that was pretty toxic.
Yeah.
It was like a really.
Oh yeah.
But we had to recognize that it was projection.
Yeah.
It was a lot, and I'm happy that we did because now we're able to share like tools and things that we learned, and like we've never had those problems ever again.
No.
But yeah, what a fucking ride. I totally forgot about that. And I just like remember it. Oh my gosh. They say the body keeps the score. There's a book about that where like your any pain or like trauma or whatever, like that it's like stored in your body and that like little triggers, like you don't even realize it's still in there.
Yeah.
So it's just like a memory just got fucking unlocked and I was like, oh my God, ow.
It's like somebody cracked your back and you did acid 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it was like.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I know like I don't feel at all that you mean that at
No
all. Like
way.
there's 0% of me.
No way.
But
it's impossible.
Yeah, like I just got transported to that memory.
Yeah, no, I remember. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, you said a lot of things to me as well.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it was war.
It was war. It was just mean and war and
it was bad.
War is always hell.
Yeah.
But ultimately, thank fuck that we, and I'm not telling anybody to stay in something like that. Like if you're like, yo, this is really bad and there's no good parts.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
we had a lot of good parts in there too. So when you
the
break
core
down,
was there.
When you break down one bathroom argument in Germany, which was rough, compared to our entire relationship together, like I promise you, those were the greatest lowlights.
It was like nothing.
But nothing compared to the highlights.
No.
Nothing compared to the highlights.
And it sounds like you guys already have a healthy communication system going for you. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's just I think it's temporary.
And
I think it's a little glitch.
Look, and this is why our boy who said, we don't just say follow your heart likes our show because we tell you the real shit.
Yeah.
That's it. So, we just try to be 100% honest with you guys because we don't try to project the perfect relationship. We feel like we got to where we got to, where a lot of people envy our relationship because we work at it still. We're still working at it, guys.
Absolutely. Oh, another thing I wanted to add to this, and tell me if this is true, Stu. I don't even know if he knows, like, what he's going through. Sometimes with guys,
yeah, for sure,
they don't know.
We suppress a lot of shit.
I mean, with girls too, but like a lot of guys, they're not taught like really to embrace emotions.
You can't emote.
Yeah. And so, I think this is temporary, and I think you definitely need to communicate about it. I think once he vents it out and you get to the root of it and he's able to vent it out and you have a partner that's there to like listen and work through it with him, I think it'll pass.
I do too.
But I think he doesn't even know he's jealous of you right now. Like,
yeah, no, that's why I think if you just let him know you're on the same team, like you almost break him loose of this pattern that he's in where he's like got a fucking front for some reason.
Yeah.
It's weird. But, I've been there, so I get it. I'm not better than him. I know because I've been there. I actually like see myself in him in that way, and I hate that I was like that.
Yeah,
and so I want to attack and beat that.
Same.
That's it. So
I've been both of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, look, honestly, just tell him to follow his heart. Jesus Christ. Just fucking get over it and follow your heart.
All right, I hope that helps. Big fat pussy lip Patty, what was her name?
Big fat pussy lips Patty, yeah.
Yeah.
hey, if you want to be anonymous, then that's how you're going to be anonymous sometimes. Sometimes.
Okay, we have time for one more.
Okay.
Do you want, and this, whatever doesn't get answered, we'll answer.
We'll answer it. No worries.
But am I the problem plus love life advice? Or do you want review shit they don't tell you?
Yeah, I want review.
Okay, I'm kind of scared. Review shit they don't tell you. Hi, my name's Vanessa Van, and I'm a huge fan.
Vanessa Van.
This sounds fake.
She sounds like a potential superhero.
Okay. I'm 22 years old, and listening to you guys has really helped me reflect on all kinds of things. Okay, maybe it's not fake.
Oh, no.
Because now I want to accept this compliment.
She's 22. She's reflecting already.
Both of you are absolutely wonderful people, and I've been a fan of y'all's content for almost 10 years. Oh my gosh. Since you were 12? Holy
yeah, you
moly.
probably shouldn't have seen my content when you were 12. I apologize for that.
Yeah, I was in like totally sketches, stupid sex sketches.
Which one?
When you were 12. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you for sticking through it with all that. Thank you both for being such awesome people. I hope you can both continue to make content that y'all genuinely enjoy. Heart emoji. That's so sweet.
We love you, but we're going to get on the phone with the YouTube filter squad after this.
Wow.
Holy shit. 12 years old. All right.
10 years. We are dinosaurs in YouTube.
I know.
Vanessa Van is such a cool name.
It's a great name.
So cool that I thought it was fake. That's so sweet. Thank you for writing. That's really sweet of you.
That was really nice. Well, thanks to Vanessa Van. We have time for the other one too.
And there's more. There's a lot more questions too. So we'll submit more questions and we'll have another episode soon.
Yeah.
Okay. This one, we'll try not to wait 2 months like sometimes we do.
Yes, sir.
Am I the problem plus love advice?
Okay.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, Nikki and Steve. Just wanted to start by saying I love you guys. Your advice has helped me so much in so many different ways, and I'm extremely thankful. You pushed me to grow emotionally in my young adult life and helped me reach a level of emotional maturity that is needed in life. Truly inspiring when it comes to the hustle, consistency, and being about what you say. Steve's trolling will always be my favorite, though. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's very well-rounded. Thank you. On to my shambles of a love life. Sorry if this is too long. My name is Keenan, like Keenan and Kel. Okay, I like you already.
Yep.
I'm 24 years old, and I'm a hopeless romantic. Aw. As long as I can remember, my love life has been chaotic. Emotionally unavailable women, past flings of significant others who hated me, manipulative women, etc. But in between all of that, there was always one woman who had my heart, and I couldn't stop thinking about her since I met her 3 years ago. Patty Mayonnaise.
There it is. With the big puffy pussy lips.
Okay, stop. You need to calm down. You're only allowed one pussy lips per show.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Mark.
From the first kiss, I knew she was one of the ones that came only a few times in a lifetime. Wow, she kissed her already. An educated, slightly tall, sporty, career-driven, motivated, independent church girl that could do drugs on the weekends.
What the fuck?
I love it.
All right.
So specific.
He's in love.
Then finally, it had lined up, and we were single at the same time. The only problem was I was 7 months out of a relationship I had already emotionally checked out of. 7 months out of a relationship I had already emotionally checked out of.
Yeah.
She was a week out of one she thought she'd marry in. Fast forward a couple weeks, literally just enjoying each other's company and talking, she decided to give him a last chance. It made me really sad because she was just saying how she couldn't stop thinking about me and how she shared all the same feelings this time. I couldn't say anything because I never wanted to be the type to hold my significant other back, as well as a believer of if you love something, you'll set it free. But you can't help but feel bad when it goes from I've never felt this way about anyone to I'm getting married and we can't talk because I'll cheat on him. Wow. That is quite a shift.
You know what this guy's trying to do? Trying to lasso a tornado.
Yeah.
You can't lasso a tornado.
Which is really weird because they really felt that way. If they really felt that way, then they wouldn't get married. Oh yeah. Yeah. If she really felt, yeah.
Of course.
A month later, she calls me in tears telling me I was right about her fiance. All I'll say is he was too controlling. Anywho, her fiance found out about us laying in bed together, called off their wedding and relationship, and pushed all types of unloyal accusations onto us.
Well, that's fair.
Gaslighting her, which made her feel worse, guilty.
You guys laid in the same bed. What are we talking about?
When they were broken up.
Oh, okay.
When they were both single.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then she got back together with her dude and then was like, hey, I'm back together with my dude. I'm not doing anything.
Word.
Yeah. So she didn't do anything wrong. None of them did. Okay, when we finally decided that we would slowly give us a try, I was honestly ecstatic to finally have someone I could trust with my heart fully. As we began to grow closer, though, she got scared of falling for the wrong person again. I understood that, but she didn't want to accept that I was willing to wait as long as it took to prove I'm different. She kept saying, I'm noticing things. You deserve so much more. Ultimately, we did stop communicating because she felt like the risk of getting hurt again for the third time was too great. I'm asking, quote, am I the problem? Because most of my love life is either emotionally unavailable woman, good enough to cheat with but not cuff, or I get bored before I even make it to the kissing stage. I know I'm a relationship type of person and I'm a sucker for love, but it seems like emotionally healthy women I'm interested in tend to walk away and chaos always finds me. Should I let her go this time? Do I subconsciously enjoy the chaos? Am I too much of a simp to be a hoe? LOL. This is from Keenan.
Keenan, you're good, bud. You're way good. You're way good. You just got to open up your horizons a little bit. Look, there's always the unrequited love. There's always that, right? But it's a mostly bullshit thing. All right, I had one before Nikki, before any of my current or whatever exes. Like back in high school, there was always this chick. I was like, dude, that's my chick one day. All this shit.
I know who.
And then once it all opened up, I'm such a loyal motherfucker. First of all,
yeah.
Like I was seeing this chick at the time, and then the girl that I had waited like my entire since I was like a freshman.
Said she was in love with you.
Told me she's in love with me. But I had just gotten with this girl and it was like a 2-week-old relationship. And I was like, you know what? I'm a loyal motherfucker. There's no way I'm going to dump this chick.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't even blink. I actually stopped talking to her because of it.
Wow.
Because I didn't want to be disrespectful.
The love person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be disrespectful to the chick that I was with.
Yeah.
Now, that was a huge mistake. Right? In a way. Well, it was like in my like if I was to talk to myself like as a freshman and as a sophomore and as a junior.
Yeah.
He would have been like, what the fuck?
Right.
But so that was a huge mistake to him. But to me, that was my fucking code. That was my moral code.
Yeah.
And I don't ever sacrifice my code. But looking back, the amount that I was into this chick compared to Nikki, it's not even 1%. Like it's really crazy how, emotions get heightened when you're in high school and when you're younger.
The first time you feel those experiences.
Oh man, yeah. And you just think it's the first time, and so it's
the last
it's
time.
the first
it's the
time,
only
time, blah blah. But when you get with somebody who loves you for you, and they, prove it time and time again, and you guys go to war together, and we didn't just go to war with each other like we talked about, but we've gone to war together more than anything, and it's very much like an us against the world. Me and Nikki have had a beautiful time of like, you know what, we'll do it together. Yeah. And it's been better than anything I could ever name or imagine. So I promise you, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you think you're missing, you don't even know what you're actually missing out on. And you got to give it the chance, though. You have to give everything the chance. So stop closing things off because of this chick. Give the new things the chance. Because if I didn't give Nikki the chance, holy shit.
Well, also it's about valuing yourself.
Absolutely.
If she doesn't recognize what a gem you are, like you are bringing, you're like, here's what I got. And it's a lot of goods, right? And if someone looks at it and goes, I don't know, I'm going to look around still. Yeah. Go, okay, cool. But if another customer comes in and they really like it and I like them, they're getting the goods.
100%.
Like, you can't be like, I'll wait for you as long as it takes. No, that's devaluing yourself.
Damn right.
That's like, be like, hey, what if I 50% off it? What if I 25%? What if I 75% off it?
Yeah, why are you on clearance, bro?
Hey, I'll give it to you for free. I'll pay you to take it. Yeah. No. The people are like, why are you giving it away so freely? Yep. Like it must not be real or the real goods. So don't do that. I'd say you're more respected when you know what you're worth and you put your foot down and you draw a line and you say like, hey, I like you a lot. Here's what I got to offer.
That's it.
And if they say no, believe them.
Yeah, move on.
And maybe they'll find out what they missed. Maybe they'll regret it. Maybe they won't. Who knows? But it's not up to you anymore. If you love something, set it free. Definitely set it free the second time.
Damn right.
I had a guy in high school that I think I've told the story before, but I don't know why I liked him so much. I guess I just never thought I would get a guy like him because he was kind of more popular and I was kind of more outcast weirdo. And I just never thought a popular guy would be into me. And so it like meant more that this guy was into me. And so I totally devalued myself. Like I was like, I don't know what he sees in me. Like, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to try my ass off. And he ended up breaking up with me and calling me weird and telling me all the things that he thought was weird about me. And I was devastated. It really hurt my feelings a lot. Like totally destroyed my confidence. I was like, I didn't even feel worth anything to anybody. And then when I eventually got back on solid ground, figured out who I am as a person.
Yeah. Get your emotional
I wrote a lot
back.
of stand up about it and it was great and vented it out. And actually that made me feel even better and like more confident. And then I went to LA and things started taking off. 8 years later, he runs into one of my best friends from high school. One of my two that are my best friends for life. He runs into her and he won't shut up about me, about how he thinks he fucked up and how he regrets what he did. And that was 8 years later.
Yuck.
And I heard about that and it was vindication to hear about
that's
it.
Good revenge.
I'm glad I got to hear about it.
That's good revenge
because it
porn
let
for
me
sure.
know that like, even though I had completely forgotten about him, like I completely forgot about that guy, but I was so hurt I was hurt for like 2 years about this guy.
I get it.
To like know that happens to people when you actually start having the confidence to be like, this is what I'm worth. And now I know that, and I know that there are people that will find value in that they'll regret it.
Can I just say though, as a popular guy myself, I am popular.
Still?
Yeah.
Or you were?
No, I am popular now. I'm popular,
you're popular now.
currently.
Oh, shit.
According to YouTube subscription analytics, I am still popular.
For the YouTube channel that you upload on?
No, I don't upload there anymore. Not for years.
That's weird. That's odd
but according to the total numbers on there, I'm pretty popular. And so I have to say, I have to agree with him. You're pretty weird.
I am weird, actually, and that's what my stand-up was about. That he
nailed it. Because you're fucking weird. I have to say, you're fucking weird. 100%.
Yeah.
100% weird.
But you know what it helped me do is own it. And like, so like doing stand up about it, it's like that in 8 Mile, like where Eminem talks about all of his fucking flaws.
True.
That's what I did with stand up and said it before anyone else could say it. Like, yeah, I already fucking know this about me.
Isn't that the best?
It's great.
I do too.
And so it's like, it really empowers you where you're like, someone out there is going to fucking love this weird. And guess what? I found a sucker.
Look, there's a sucker born every day.
There's a sucker born every day.
Barnum Bailey.
I locked him down. It's legally contracted now. He can't get away.
That's what Barnum Bailey said. He said there's a sucker born every minute.
He's got to put up with this weirdness for life.
For life. What did I do? What the
Forever
fuck was I thinking?
Contract.
Yep. Should have gone
in
with
all
my
universes.
Unrequited high school love. That's where I fucked up.
That's where he fucked up.
So,
and now he's realizing how much he fucked up.
You know what I always tell everybody? I say I'll get him next time. I say on the next life, I'll get him next time.
I'll get him next time.
I'll get him next time.
So you tell everybody.
So I tell everybody.
And on that note, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for asking your questions. This is not professional advice. Please see your therapist if you're struggling.
Can you not tell it's not professional advice? We're a shit show, bro. If you can't tell now, you'll never.
God help you.
Good Lord. Yeah, get therapy for that.
If you have a question, you can email us podcast@nikki.limo, podcast@nikki.lamo. There are a few questions in the Rolodex. Sometimes we don't have any left, but there are some right now. So if your question gets in, like if you submit a question and the title seems juicier than the ones that are currently in there, you can compete with those questions and we might answer your question instead.
Also, I do a show called Crypto Corner every week for 3 hours.
It's like hours long.
With me and my brother.
Everything.
And my brother, who I got into crypto, he's done very well as I. And we just try to help people get into crypto, try to show them the ropes and how we do things. None of it's financial advice. We just try to show you what we've done that's worked pretty well. And just trying to inform people about the space because there's so much going on that people don't know. They wish people did, but a lot of people ignore it because
I ignore it.
Yeah, but because they don't have to worry about it because their husband's getting them rich anyway. So who cares?
It sounds really cool. I'm glad that he knows all about it.
There you go.
And if there's anyone to learn from, it's him. There's so many people that have followed his advice and have made lots and lots of money.
It's been amazing.
It's not
I'm
financial.
happy-
It's not
no,
financial
it's not,
advice.
But I'm happy for
It's
everybody.
entertainment.
I'm so happy for everybody. Honestly, it's
People make a lot of
been
money.
unbelievable. But the fight has just begun. So we'll see you on the battlefield.
All right. See you out there.
All right.
See you next time.
Later.